Bam!
Welcome to ConCast, where the fandoms unite. With the Boba Fett swagger and the Jedi's in sight. It's a comic book cocktail, shaken and stirred. We're the coolest cats in the whole nerd herd. Grab your badge and strike.
Hey,
Adam, sing
everybody,
along
welcome
now.
to ConCast. What?
What was that?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said I'm singing along now. It's like I know the
Uh-huh.
words now.
It's a little earworm.
It
Because
is.
we're the coolest cats in the whole nerd herd.
So I'm trying to get on here and share the episode real quick.
No
There
worries.
we go.
I'm still masking up this battle cruiser.
Welcome to ConCast, everybody. We don't have a guest this week because we have been running our butts off. Cookie and I have over here. Cookie's been moving all week, and our mom got in some health issues, so it's taken a little bit of our time. So we didn't get a guest this week, and next week we will be hopefully back at the Burrow, it looks like. So
Yes, I have spoken to the Burrows this week. Jessica and I stopped in to check out their new setup on, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday we went in and said hi. And I cleared it with them to make sure that we were okay to be in on the 6th. And they said yes.
sounds good. Yeah.
We should maybe go up a little early and go by and see that dude Chris that's over at the old Wizards Asylum. Like to touch base with him. The guy we met at AirCap or at,
They opened the new game store.
Yeah,
Yeah. We could maybe do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that at all.
So this week, one of the things we're going to talk about a couple things, regular geek news, all that stuff, but also since San Diego Comic-Con has just come to a close and it is the largest pop culture event in the world, we figured just like every year, we should talk about it, watch a couple trailers, new things that came out. So we're going to go over a couple of new things that came out in San Diego, watch a few trailers, give us our opinions. There, of course, were so many trailers that came out, like tons, Percy Jackson.
Many.
I mean, there's a ton of shit. So I went through and picked out the ones I liked. So we're watching the trailers I like. It's not because someone's on here, we're not watching it. Like I love Upload, the TV show, and season 4 trailer came out for that. But honestly, the trailer was okay, and I figure most people out there don't watch it. So we're going to get from Upload. Yeah.
Is that still going on?
It is. They have been dripping it out slowly. So I think in 6 years they're on season 4 maybe, or something like that, or 7 years.
But I remember when it came out and I liked the first season. I was kind of not happy with the cliffhanger for the first season. And then the second season, I was like, okay, they're going a route I really can't latch on to here with the season 2.
The more they were able to pull people out of the simulation, put them in the real world, the more I was getting disconnected. I'm still enjoying it. It's funny, it's comical, but I will say the season 4 trailer, it looked a little bit like a Matrix ripoff kind of thing. I mean, they tried to keep it funny, but it was
really. Were they wearing trench coats?
No, they're practicing martial arts, and one of the girls puts on glasses that just automatically makes her a master in martial arts, and it's one of those things you watch it and you're like, oh, that's cute, but it's been done. I've seen that in other movies and nothing special.
Keanu Reeves did it.
Yeah. Better,
it's like
unfortunately.
It's like the Simpsons did it, but Keanu.
But we'll hit a couple geekasms and then we can start going over some of the news come out this week and talk about San Diego and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Now I know
like a plan.
I can see you're pretty detailed because you're working on kits over there.
Yeah. I have. I've really been working on stuff. My geekgasm is on Friday. My new printer came in.
Oh, new 3D printer?
Yep.
I didn't even know you were getting one.
I got the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, which is just a carbon copy of the Bamboo X1. Oh, matter of fact, it just finished. It's a carbon copy of it, but where the Bamboo X1 costs $1,100-$1,200, this one costs $300.
Oh wow!
Yeah, It is much more affordable, and the quality on it is just amazing. I mean, literally, I've been pumping stuff out like crazy. The speed is astronomical. I mean, literally something that would have taken me, 3 hours on the Creality or an hour and a half on the Anycubic. Now on this only takes me like 35, 40 minutes.
Wow.
It just smokes. And the quality, I mean, literally, you can almost not see the layer lines on just a normal print.
For just 300, shit, that's because I've been having problems with my two a bit, just enough that I've even considered getting something different. But
Yeah.
I haven't been running mine lately.
Here's one that I did. I mean, you can't even see it, almost no layer lines on this.
Mm.
How would it do on like a 28 millimeter figure, like Warhammer size?
Like resin printing?
It would turn out a low quality one. Whereas, some of the previous ones like the Creality and the old Ender 3 that I had, that one wouldn't even turn out a low quality one. That would turn out a mess.
Yeah, I've printed a couple with mine, and they're passable enough. They're better than dust bunnying it, but
it's better than putting down a lighter and saying, this is my Paladin.
yeah.
But if you want that, you want to switch over to resin. And even my cheapo little resin printer that I picked up 3 years ago that they don't even make anymore, that thing will put out quality. I mean, okay, your standard filament print is 0.2 millimeters per layer. The standard on your basic resin printer is 5 microns.
Wow.
A layer. So they just
it would still be good for printing one shot monsters you're only going to use in one adventure, that instead of
no, you could fill up, because the thing is okay, with filament printing you have to put down, and basically you're drawing every layer. All right, it's like and so if you fill up the plate for every model, it's going to take that much more time to do it because it's everything on it. With the resin printer, what it does is it uses UV reactive resin. So when the plate's down there, from underneath, it shoots up the pattern in UV, and that ultraviolet light does the entire layer all at once. All right. So so the key thing with the resin printer is to put as many things on that bed as you can, because regardless if there's one miniature on that bed or 20 miniatures on that bed, every layer takes the same amount of time. And so you could do an entire army on a bed and have them print out in the same amount of time as printing out one, which would be like...
Wasn't exactly what I asked, but it was a question I was thinking about, you psychic son of a bitch, because I was thinking about having a way to print like a horde of zombies and a horde of goblins where you got 4 or 5 of them on one plate all at once, so that it's easier for the GM to move, and they're never going to break formation till they're dead. And
you could do that as well. That's just putting them on a base. So that's another thing.
I'm not that dumb, but I mean, we could print them that way, is what I'm saying.
You could print them on a base together if you wanted to.
Yeah. You could get them and then get the base, and then in the in like 3D Builder program, you can just go ahead and merge those two things together, so you have your army on a base.
Or the other thing you can do is
okay, I missed it. I thought you meant stick them on their base and then glue them to a card, Tim. I was like, no.
Well, they for even my 3D printers, they make squad cards, which are just little cards that for round or square, but usually round, and you just put them in there, and and you can move everything around. That way you can switch around and stuff if you want.
But that's mine right now, and because of it, there's models that I've been wanting to print that just haven't been turning out, and now because it's an enclosed print container, it holds the heat better, so you don't have the lift and the warping that you get a lot of times with the bed slingers. And because it's a Core XY, you don't have the motion, so you get a better accuracy with the print. And they just look better, they fit better, and stuff just goes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I was ready to start painting on the Futurama ship, right?
Right.
And then I dropped it, the top part, and it broke. And I was like, but it was just when I got this. So I went ahead and reprinted it. This is so good. I mean, this is 3 sections. You can't even see hardly. I mean, I'll just have to do a little bit of sanding where I glued the 3 sections together. The rest of it, you're not even seeing layer lines.
How long did it take to print?
Really, just like total, maybe 6 hours.
So
Oh, wow.
That's not the same piece you showed us last week that you talked about the acetone stuff on.
Yeah.
It's this.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
that
the
was the
same
top part of
piece,
this.
but it's the
Okay.
same ship. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the top part of this. I dropped the top.
Yes, Captain Bondo dropped the top.
Captain Bondo.
He had Bondoed a lot of that. He kept coming inside, and I kept going, "What's wrong with your shirt? It's a weird color." And he's like, "Oh, it's dust from the thing."
See, I'm glad he tried it because that was something I was gonna try, and now I can just go, yeah, no, it works. I'm fine if I ever need it.
Great. I mean, this right here is smooth as silk on this side. And this one, I just need to hit it a little bit with the sanding and maybe a little Bondo with the 2 line. All done. It's a much better printer. And for $300, excellent.
That's crazy. The prices are getting down to being way affordable now.
And that was one of the things too. A lot of people are like, how the hell did they make it so cheap? And I mean, it's got some bad sides to it, like the fact that it's a little loud. But as opposed to, like, some of the other ones, this one's actually metal sides, glass front, glass top, the whole thing. It's got a built-in camera, built-in light, and it works off of Orca Slicer. So I can just go and I can remote into it with the Orca Slicer and just send my prints over to it.
I'm jealous now.
Oh, you should be. This thing is wunderbar, man. And they are supposedly at the end of this year, they're going to be coming out with a multicolor thing for it as well. So this thing's already set up with the ports and everything to be able to take a multicolor AMS on it, automatic material system. And so they're going to be coming out with that at the end of the year, supposedly.
For $300, I might just do that after my next show. That'd be nice to have something a little better I can work with here.
Oh, it is great. I'm loving it. And literally, I understand now, because this one, from all the reviews I read, people, because Elegoo actually sent this to reviewers and said, okay, put this head to head against the Bamboo X1. We want you to do that. All right. And all the people who reviewed it said, okay, the Bamboo X1 is a little bit better, but not $900 better. And and I can tell now, because you see all the time on the forums, people go, oh man, just get a Bamboo. You want to if the Bamboo is anything like that, you're right. There are no problems with it. I just put the thing on there and boom, it goes. Literally, this thing has been printing nonstop since Friday. I've only had one messed up print.
Well, it's like me, even on these Crealities, I didn't have any messed up prints forever when I first started. I mean, they did me good for a good long time before anything messed up.
And I still think that's because you need to start doing more maintenance on them. But here, one of the ways I can tell you the difference on it, because the auto bed leveling that the Creality does and the Anycubic does, and all of them do. Oh, Dustin says his first printer was $2,000. Right.
Well, how am I missing chat?
It just popped up. Popped up. But okay, how on the Creality printer, when it does the auto bed level, it does 16 different spots where it gets the bed level at, right?
Uh-huh.
It censors it at 16 spots. On the Anycubic, because that one was 4x4, so 16. On the Anycubic, it was 5x5, so it was getting 25 points of measurement for an even better, first layer. This one does 11 by 11, 121 points of measurement to make sure that first layer is sweet.
That's Dustin saying his first one is 2,000. That is one of the reasons I didn't get anything at first when they came out. Man, I was I was so scared, and everybody. My son-in-law had one, and he was going to cons and setting up 3D prints before. Like now, you go into a con, there's 3D print booths everywhere. When he was doing it, people were looking at him going, "What the hell are you doing?" Like it was weird that he was there setting it up, and but you know, he was having to fix his machine all the fucking time. It seemed like everybody had those early machines, paid a lot for them, and fixed them all the time. So I was like, I'll let other people weed all the problems out. And that's kind of how it went until this Creality came out, the bed leveling, because you found that. And then I was like, when somebody else figured out all the problems, I was like, good, now I'll take the cheap, already done version.
Now, like my first 3D printer was the, let's see, Dustin said I cashed in my 911-401k. You're not good with money? No, you have poor financial sense, my friend, if you're cashing in your 401k. But no, my original 3D printer was the Creality Ender 3 V1. All right, the version 1. And that one, there was no auto bed level. You had to do all the bed leveling and everything manually. You had to set your Z offset manually using a piece of paper as a thickness measurement.
To do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was so long ago that the big new thing that it offered was a heated bed. That was considered cutting edge when I got that one. Yeah. And you know what? Once you get it dialed in, though, I mean, the quality is nowhere near. The quality is, you know, like miles difference between what we have now and what that one does. But it would continue going just nonstop. That was the longest print I ever did, was that lithophane moon, you know, the lamp where it's the moon. And
I was talking about that earlier today, actually. I saw somebody did a Death Star like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they have that. But I did the moon one. That one took me 107 hours for that to print.
Good God Almighty!
But like that box right there, it's one giant Ghostbuster diorama of the guys and the thing. Mm-hmm. That thing was like 150 hours roughly.
Wow.
Together, and it's sitting in a box, not put together. So,
well, I mean, from a business perspective on it, you could get 4 of the one you have instead of 1 bamboo, you know?
Yeah.
For the price.
And that's the reason a lot of people say, you know, that they're going to be using that for their print farms from here on out.
Yeah. And think about that. I mean, that would give somebody, if they're doing a lot of prints, a hell of an incentive to get that, because you could print 4 times faster than the bamboo can. If you had 4 printers,
it wouldn't be. Well, yeah, I guess it would be faster.
Yep.
Oh, even much faster, because I'm doing something right now. I am checking to see. All right, I've got the moon one that I printed on my original Ender, and it took 107 hours. So let me go ahead. Let me turn off supports and slice it on here and see how long it would take to print on here. And because it'll be interesting to see how much faster it is. I'm going to guess it's 11 hours.
And he froze up.
Did you freeze up?
I'm
letting it run right now. Well, no, it's got to slice it all. You know, with those lithophanes, it takes.
If you can hear me, you're cutting out
a while for it to do everything. Yeah, it's the slicer is kind of intensive.
Did you hear you were cutting out a little bit and freezing up there on that one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, cool. So it seems like you're all right now. But well, my geekasm's not near as cool as yours. Mine's piggybacking off my one from last week. The autograph I said I had came in, which is just nice. Debbie Gibson, who played this little bitty girl in the first Ghostbuster. And then I also have 2 more coming in. One would be Paul Rudd's Ghostbuster one, and then Howie Weed, which most people don't know him, but he's a stunt guy, kind of like Spencer Wilding in Hollywood, and he played the Wampa.
No shit.
Yeah,
cool.
And he also played Ray Stantz, the demon form in Ghostbusters 2. I got that coming in. So that's it. Just autographs for me.
Wow.
That and all the cool shit that came out of San Diego this week. But do you have anything good?
Well, nothing good to talk about. I just looked around with just sticked around with some of my gaming stuff when I was moving. I was like, yeah, I got to get back going on this for TsunamiCon, and just brainstormed a bunch of ideas. But other than that, really nothing.
Well, before we start talking about San Diego, I got two quick news things, or one's quick. The other one is one Gabe wanted us to talk about, and I thought it was merited talking.
What's that?
First off, Live Warrior Insider has confirmed that the Calverine, which is Henry Cavill's Wolverine, is going to be in Doomsday now. So, oops.
Isn't
the
that
Calverine.
Live Wire, not Live Warrior?
Live Warrior Insider. It's an online pop culture thing.
Okay.
Now, how much merit is in that? Because so much news has come out anymore. If it doesn't come from Disney or something, I can't put anything into it because I figure there's false stories out there like crazy anyway. But supposedly they're doing scenes with Hugh Jackman and Henry Cavill's Wolverines together for the Doomsday, which would be cool. Everything he filmed was on a separate set. And with as many cameos and stuff as they got coming into that movie, I'm going to assume we're going to see him for maybe 30 seconds, but I still think it's cool that they're going to have him in there.
Well, it is cool. I mean, what would be real telling is how long did he actually spend on set?
Yeah, I have not seen that. Hell, it might be in this article here too, but I'm going to assume that they're going to do something like the end of Endgame where everybody pops in for a second. We're going to see a bunch of shit like that, like probably 3 or 4 different battles going on at the end, and it's going to be anybody we're going to see probably the originals, Spielberg's, Howard the Duck, that kind of shit. I think we're going to see everybody.
That'd be cool.
So
I'd like to see Howard the Duck.
Yeah. We'll see the new Howard the Duck too, because they're the Seth Green one. And then
I have never been a Howard the Duck guy.
Oh, I love me some Howard the Duck.
I do too.
But cinematically, they've never done him justice. Even the Seth Green stuff they're doing now doesn't do him justice. Howard the Duck was more like Lobo and Deadpool, that breaking the fourth wall thing, before Deadpool ever did it.
And he was a dirty motherfucker, like Lounge Lizard Larry, I mean, it was just...
And I've always had a little bit of a Howard the Duck...
Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards.
That's it, yeah.
The Howard the Duck, what most people don't know is Marvel really fucked the creator of Howard the Duck. When he created it, they just took everything from him. And
was his name Jack Kirby? Go ahead.
No. His name was Fag. Shit. Normally I got it because I've even got his portfolio upstairs. He ended up leaving Marvel over it. He was one of the first ones. Him, creator Ghost Rider, ended up doing it before they had the big Max Exodus in the 90s. And it all started with Howard the Duck. And he created Destroyer Duck to compete against Marvel, which went almost nowhere. But in Destroyer Duck, they had a small comic strip in the back called Gru the Wanderer.
Oh, you gotta love Gru.
If you've ever heard of Sergio Aragonés's Gru the Wanderer, that came about because Marvel fucked over the creator of Howard the Duck.
Got into the fray, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just sharing that because it popped up. But
didn't Sergio also do Cerebus?
No, but he did some work on Cerebus.
Okay,
Dave Sim did Cerebus.
Okay, I knew he was involved somehow. I thought he did it. But
I think Stan Saki, who did Usagi, did all the lettering for Gru the Wanderer, and I think Stan Saki did the lettering for Cerebus as well.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the connection you're looking at, because that was big in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, Cerebus is one I never got to read as much as I wanted to. I just could never get copies.
I got them upstairs, a whole bunch of them. They reprinted so much with Cerebus. Even when I was collecting it, it was hard to keep up. And then you had the Turtles boom that came out, and then all of a sudden everybody was a mutant animal.
Yeah.
And Cerebus, I think in like Turtles number 8, showed up in Turtles. So then everybody was going after Cerebus, and the reprints came everywhere. Even me, as a comic nut at the time collecting, I couldn't keep track of anything chronological. So I had to buy everything and read it out of order.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you'd get the bi-weeklies that would come out, and they would be, storyline would be the same Cerebus series, but stuff that came out 5 years before it's currently going on. So you're like trying to read it to catch up. So it's like reading 3 timelines at once. Cerebus was hard for me to read.
It's kind
That's
of
the
like
thing
when
about it
people
for
ask,
me is it was always hit and miss.
Oh, sorry about shake, guys.
I was gonna say, it's a lot like when people ask what order should they read the Discworld books in. That's a good question. There's actually there's whole websites dedicated to the proper order, and there's one poster that somebody made that's this graphic where all of the books are done like in this big wheel with the interconnecting lines and everything, and it's really a beautiful artwork, but it just lets you know how messed up everything is with Discworld, but it works. I mean, Sir Pratchett was amazing.
That's like when people ask about what order to watch Marvel movies in. I always go just from beginning to end. Just start with chronologically as they came out, because otherwise you will be disappointed. Don't try to watch all the Iron Man movies, then all the Ant-Man movies, then all. Just watch them as they came out, because otherwise you're going to be disappointed, or you're going to have so many questions that just won't ever be answered. Yeah.
Discworld is crazy stuff that he was talking about. You know, Lauren's a huge Discworld fan.
I love Pratchett stuff, but I can't. Again, that was another thing. I read so much of that out of context, not in order. And then my friends would tell me stories, and it's like, oh yeah, I got to read that shit. And then, so I go to start reading something and realize it's actually taking place chronologically with other shit. And I was like, I didn't even know they were attached, and
the sad thing about it is most people's experience with Terry Pratchett is just the color of magic. And that's as far as they go.
In my opinion, is the worst book.
I think so too. I like all the City Watch stuff. Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah, I love the Watch stuff, and of course the Weird Sisters and everything with death. But the Color of Magic, you can tell that was his first book, and he was feeling out how to be an author, and it really shows. But
he was making his universe.
Yeah,
he was building his universe.
And as he has said in several forewords, that basically what he did is he went into all the religions, dark closets, and pulled out all their ancient texts and put them all together in one big ball, and that's how he got Discworld. A world that's on top of a flat world on top of 4 elephants that are standing on top of a giant tortoise.
We could probably do a whole episode just describing the philosophy behind Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, we should probably skip on to something else. I was just about to start saying some more shit too.
Easy.
And pyramids and small gods. I mean, those are just like some really, really, deep philosophical works. And I've often said that, in my opinion, Terry Pratchett is, he is the Gen X philosopher. He was a true philosopher, the same as Milton and all of these others. He just couched his philosophy in humor. I mean, his whole thing where he talks about the socioeconomics of poor versus rich and purchasing boots. And
we talked about that one time.
Yeah, the boot theory. Yeah.
Yeah, I always sensed that he had an underlining coexist thing he was trying to get put out there to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a straight up humanist, but the guy was fucking baller. Do you know that when he was knighted, he taught himself to blacksmith? He went and got a actual iron meteorite and forged that into the sword that knighted him, so he could be knighted by Sky Steel.
Wow. No shit. Yeah. Man, meteorite is hard to work with. Yeah, it's not like getting a piece of stock or something. Meteorite is incredibly hard to work with. It did
not have Made in Pakistan written on the side at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Kristen had put it up on screen a minute ago. You can watch your Marvel movies in a timeline order, but you better have watched them as they came out first. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I'll go back and watch shit out of order, because I think, like with all of us, we all skip, the second Thor movie, and we all skip the third Iron Man movie, and there's a number of movies we skip. So unless there's something specific you're looking for, but
it's kind of like Star Trek. You always skip the even numbered movies.
Yeah.
No, the odd numbers.
No, the odd number ones, because we all know 4 was the best. Shoot me. But
No, Wrath of Khan, number 2.
Wrath
Nope,
of Khan
nope.
was the best.
Galaxy Quest was the best Star Trek movie.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
sorry,
You
man.
got me. You got
Yeah.
me. It is. It is.
But it's not that I dislike the others. And then we got a lot of trailers to get to because they had just 3 Star Trek trailers alone from San Diego. So I'll hit this real quick. And I also want to say we didn't advertise this week's episode because we didn't have anybody coming on. But Buddy had called me after last week's episode and said that he even had festivals call him after watching him on the episode this week, trying to hire him this week.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
So I thought that's kind of cool. So I'm just showing that, at least
We
people
have
do
some
watch.
reach.
And, we got a little
We
reach
have
out there.
some reach.
It's out there.
Beard's got a little reach.
A
Were we
little
talking
reach.
about that before we started with the little lady? I don't know, but go ahead.
That's
Okay.
sad. Let's not bring that up right now.
So Gabe has been saying, because he always tells me video game stuff to talk about, and I am not as well versed on video game stuff as I like. But this has been something that's been going on for a couple weeks. With if you've heard about the, I should probably read this to make sure I'm not doing it right. But with Steam and stuff online, Visa and MasterCard, the debacle behind that. Have you heard any of this?
No.
From Gabe.
Okay,
That's all
so
I've heard about it.
I'm going to sum it up as quickly as I can, but basically a group of, as my son had called them, Karens, got together. They're called the Collective Shout out of Australia. And they, if you remember when we were young and,
100 Club.
we had all the parental advisory shit for the music that, every music out there, any music that wasn't country or Christian was evil, right?
Tipper Gore.
Tipper Gore. Yep. So
I remember a church in Newton, one right across from the house we lived in on Main Street, across Old Main.
okay.
Okay. They had a deal. They had a Bible class there one time, and they played like Aussie records and Beatles records backwards so you could hear the stuff backwards. And I'm like, okay, so you're just making it easier for us to understand this devil shit you're telling me is out there. It's like, why play it for us? Just tell me it's there.
I'm Christian and all. Some of that stuff goes too far. It just
Yeah.
does. And I felt like some of this did too. Some of it, but basically on Steam, there are a lot of games that talk about human trafficking, violence, and there were a lot of sex games and stuff on there, but those didn't originally get targeted as much. But basically, these moms got together and said, hey, since we know Steam won't take this shit down off the internet, their kids are playing. Now, keep in mind, none of this is illegal. Just
No.
certain groups of people feel it's immoral.
Yes.
So nothing's illegal. It's not that they're doing porn or anything. So they got together.
They are putting their worldview on other people and making
Right.
other people have to kowtow to them instead of being good parents and being on top of what their children are doing. They want the rest of the world to conform to them.
Well, I mean, a lot of kids, a parent will make the life so beautiful and rosy that they're not going to tell you about those kind of things happening. And that's how some kids learn this stuff really does happen, because they don't watch the news. But back to the news, why aren't these Karens boycotting the news? Because it's real world information. It is happening. These things are happening.
What these girls did, at least they were smart enough. Since they couldn't go after Steam directly, they decided they would start a petition to Visa and MasterCard to say, hey, they can't do business if they can't take credit cards, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they sent thousands of letters to Visa, MasterCard, and others, but Visa was the big target, to say, hey, do you want your business affiliated with children buying this stuff that has to do with sex trafficking and all this stuff? And of course, the way they worded it sounded horrible.
Of course.
This caused Visa to go, well, we got to check into this, because now what this is this has made this company we deal with a risk, and risk is the big word here. So technically nothing's illegal. It's just a risk. So credit card companies can decide not to do business with you if you are some kind of detriment to their reputation or whatever. So they stopped sales for a bit. So Steam had to go in and start deleting games. They deleted literally, in the last couple of weeks, they've deleted tens of thousands of games.
Oh my
Gone.
God.
Yes.
Here's the thing, in my opinion, because right now they went after, they went to Visa, and Visa is, and Visa is not taking into account the fact that the video game industry is so huge. What did I hear? That in the last 90 days, the video game industry has brought in 10 times more income in than Hollywood did. I mean, all the movie companies did all of last year.
Video games make much more money than Hollywood does. Yeah. Yeah.
And so if Visa, I mean, that's the thing, is they were going, oh, do you want to be, associated with this? Visa wants to be associated with money. Yes, it does.
Well, and that's the thing. Visa did take this into account. I'll finish up real quick. What happened is just that. So they put this all in there. So they deleted all these games. And then, of course, other groups such as Operation Fighting with Fire, it caused a whole bunch of issues with other game groups that were out trying to make changes. But what they did is a whole bunch of people then wrote in and said, hey, we want to buy this stuff. And like they wrote to Visa and stuff, said, and we would like to use your payment system to do it. So either let us do it, or a whole bunch of us are moving to a different payment system. And Visa right away said, well, we got to start looking into this. So they started looking in, realizing none of this was illegal. All they were doing, like this happened relatively quick, but all they were doing was bowing down to some Karens. So then they did a press release. I'm just going to read a small portion of it because it pretty much sums up the whole thing.
Just a couple hundred Karens too.
It says Visa released, as a global company, we follow the laws and regulations everywhere we do business. While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting legal commerce. If a transaction is legal, our policy is to process the transaction. We do not make moral judgments on legal purchases made by consumers. Exactly. And that, to me, the whole thing summed up, we do not make moral judgments on legal purchases made by consumers, which is what they started doing at first. And what this group Collective Shout was trying to do is trying to basically just say, we don't like it, therefore you should own it, instead of what's legal and what's not legal.
Exactly. So, they were trying to enforce their morality on everybody else.
Right. So that's
do that because my morality is kind of messed up. So if you don't want to be following my morality.
I'm going to see how this goes over the next week. Hopefully Gabe will be coming to Wichita with us because he's got a lot more to add to it on the different things it's done with a lot of the video game groups out there that are fighting for various different things, because this all of a sudden just took like center stage on everything. So now that Visa has backed out and everything is going back to normal, we're going to see if any of these games pop back up, because even Gabe said like they went in and started buying games, cheap games, but they were going away because it's the only place you could get them. There's no other option. So,
Now, one thing that news-wise that I found out that I think Gabe and you guys would be interested in is, Crunchyroll, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Crunchyroll's anime nights go theatrical. Crunchyroll is launching monthly anime nights across U.S. theaters, a fandom-first initiative offering curated screening events for passionate anime communities. So if the anime community around here, gets enough, together, they can go ahead and petition to see if Crunchyroll will come to one of the theaters here. Hell, even not the Warren. What is the one downtown?
The Orpheum.
The Orpheum or whatever, someplace where they can go ahead and broadcast a monthly anime and have a nice event
I'll have to look into that. In fairness, without Crunchyroll's assistance whatsoever, number of us, and we've even sponsored them through the Anime Fest. The Warren Theater was doing it for a while. Leaf Yonker that does the Darkness and everything, and he does the horror festival here. They've even sponsored stuff in. So we've had a number of anime movie nights like that we do here at the theaters. Gabe will go down to them quite often. So it usually depends on the movie and the promotion. So it's not a monthly scheduled thing, but I'd say we have about 6 of them a year right now going on.
And that is great. But the only thing is Crunchyroll has so many rights that they've purchased to so many movies that you probably get some that, one, haven't seen in a while, or two, are really big, and you have to have the rights to be able to broadcast it.
And Crunchyroll will probably make more of a show of it too.
So how are they going to rate some of those? Because a lot of those would, well, like Vampire Hunter D, you couldn't even rate that rated R.
Yeah, a lot of that's been rated now, and chances are, I would bet that they wouldn't be able to show it in the theater without a rating already.
Yeah.
But so many new animes now come out to theatrical releases already. So what it'll probably be is
they're going to be playing new stuff, not old stuff.
Probably is going to be my guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because we've done the old stuff.
I would like to think that they would do a mix. You want to go with some of the classics, some of the ones that'll get people in the door and really excited to begin with, but then start interspacing it with some other stuff. Or, and who knows, they might be doing like double or triple features on those nights. I would.
Some of that stuff that from some of the old anime that I've watched, you'd have to rate that rated X.
Oh yeah, well that they're not going to be playing that shit though. That's we're not going to be getting Legend of the Demon Moon popping up in the Boulevard
okay,
Theater.
You're the reason we got Rule 34. All right.
What's Rule 34, fool?
No, Rule 34.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Rule 34 is that the internet is so vast and there's so much stuff on it that anything you can think of, someone has made a fanfic porn on it.
Yeah, there's basically whatever exists, there's porn of it exists.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've explained this to my wife a couple times because I'm talking about different things, and you always see the memes pop up of like, I think I downloaded the wrong Scooby-Doo movie or something like that, And
there's a reason I don't read fan fiction of Star Trek, because Kirk and Spock would never do that with each other.
Yeah. Well, there's been a couple times too where she's looked over my shoulder and went like, "Oh, is that like a fan made movie or something?" I said, "Well, not so much Scooby-Doo fan, but like they're definitely Velma fans." They're
definitely into dogs. We'll tell you that.
That's always my excuse to Angie too. Is it's accident.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was the real deal, babe.
I was trying to look up an Avengers movie, and somehow I got the Avenger. Yeah.
This is not the Teletubbies I was looking for, but they did something all over her tummy. What?
All right. So that's mainly what I had for news. I want to cover those 2 stories. Boy, we got way into the episode before we watch any trailers. But
we want to talk about nothing for a long time. What are the odds?
What are the odds? But I would like to hit a couple of those if you're up for it.
Yeah, I've got them all loaded up. You just got to tell me which one you want.
Tell you what, let's start with the Peacemaker, because even though I've already seen it,
really looking forward to it.
I would say Peacemaker is probably the show of all the trailers on here I'm most hyped about. Or Spinal Tap, maybe.
I'm kind of seeing the Peacemaker thing. They're kind of hinting at a multi-universe deal going on there.
Oh, definitely, 100%, yeah. But,
all right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
You all have been waiting a long time for this one. Here's the new trailer of Peacemaker, Season 2. Enjoy.
We doing it up in style.
Hey, guys. I got beer. On?
Duh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just hand it to him.
I'll just hand it to him.
I was looking back on my life.
I've changed a lot since I last saw you.
And all the things I've done to me.
I don't want to be a joke anymore. I want to be a real hero.
I'm still looking for the end.
You wear a
I love Eagly.
and beat up people. Chris, take something bad and make something good out of it.
I need to find the Peacemaker. He killed my son.
My best on singing.
Right now,
Yeah.
Flag Senior.
Whoa.
What is it?
I have a dimensional portal. And it leads to a parallel world.
What?
It's not that big a deal.
Get
This
the
is the same one I saw.
San Diego Comic-Con one.
My son's a better man you could ever dream of being. I've
try to make up for my mistakes, but I'm not sure redemption is possible.
He's in love with you. Me and Chris, it's never going to be a thing.
I'm going to make a life in the other world.
There's another dimension. It's exactly the same as ours,
But better. Best dimension ever.
dude. That's sick.
We need to close that dimensional rift.
The Condoms are partnering you up with our new agent, Rip Jagger.
Who's Rip Jagger?
Hey, fatty. No matter how green the grass is over there, you belong here with us. We're gonna get Chris back. You met your own self from a parallel dimension? You're wearing his clothes.
You think I bought this? That's hateful.
My mom. We're going to my secret room. You're not allowed to follow.
You must be John.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
You're not that dorky.
Shut up, Mom.
All right, that was fun. I'm already seeing some plot happening there. I'm not sure how I feel about Peacemaker's dad being there.
I'm sure it's going to be some kind of flashback, or the fact is Dad's still alive in the other universe.
dimension,
Yeah.
Oh, and he's actually a good dad, wholesome.
Well, it could be because in the comics he's not even Peacemaker's dad. So
It isn't.
no, and so it could be that even in the other dimension that they're not affiliated at all. I don't know, but James Gunn's got a knack for taking characters that are shit and making them cool, and then somehow like Peacemaker, every time he's on screen, he's a little cooler.
Yeah,
Like he looks a little cooler in the other dimension now. You know, the helmet's not so dorky, and
I'll give part of that to John Cena for his acting abilities and able
sure.
to pull that
Much
off.
so. But to what John was saying, I myself, because I'm not into comic books, I just watch the movies. All right. Had never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. I was not one of those people who was like, oh yeah, I always thought that Rocket was, but I'd never even heard of a freaking raccoon with an AK-47. Never heard of him.
we had like a
And-
45-minute conversation about him last night.
yeah.
But James Gunn made him freaking cool.
Oh
All right?
yeah. Well, Rocket was
And-
cool to begin with. I mean, even cooler than he is in Guardians.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah. But my point is that I, as someone who don't read the comic books, unless it's Spider-Man 2099, I had never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy whatsoever.
Well, and in
brought him to the
fairness,
forefront.
I had, and it wasn't a movie worth making. I knew it when they were making it, and it ended up being awesome. But
Oh yeah, and I had never heard of Peacemaker until this came out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if they do anything more with Rocket, hooking him up with Blackjack O'Hare.
yeah, I don't think we're going to get to see that storyline. They really had to water down everything in Guardians 3, but
That would be cool. Be really cool.
yeah, it's James Gunn. Even to me, like the new Superman movie, putting Guy Gardner in it, which I've always said Guy Gardner is pretty much my favorite Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And I get why he's not most everybody else's, but he can take a character that most people just hate and go, they're actually fun. And that's kind of like me growing up. I'd always take that. We'd be gaming. Somebody would have a character they didn't like and throw it away. And I'd take the character, even though their stats sucked, I would make it fun and play with it because you just didn't care.
Yeah.
I think that's what James Gunn's doing. He's taking characters that nobody cares about and going, we're going to have fun with them.
Well, like when me and BJ used to do a lot of playing together, we had a hobbit named Gaivano the Orc Slayer.
Yeah, I remember him.
And
Yeah.
dude, he was one of the funnest characters to play. We tried to get him killed and couldn't. You know, he's just lucky dice rolls with Peach in that one. And I had Gaivano for a while, and Peach had him for a while. That was a lot of fun.
Well, I will say on Peacemaker 2, I just posted this up on my wall, but for anybody who's a fan of the dance sequence at the beginning that Alan Tudyk's wife put together, she's doing a new one for the second season, and it's going to have twice as many people and be twice as big. So kind of excited about that too. But what are we watching now?
Okay, you said next up for Spinal Tap 2.
Yes.
Turn it up to
And
11, man.
I watched this one. I mean, I didn't watch this one. It might have been this one. I watched a Spinal Tap 2 trailer, and it looked fun.
I tried to make sure every trailer was the San Diego Comic-Con version. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
As long as we're not putting up any, what are those, red band trailers? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Marty DeBerge. 40 years ago, I was honored to direct a film called This is Spinal Tap.
The numbers all go to 11. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
I'd like to sink her with my pink torpedo.
Pink torpedo. That's
Yeah.
literature.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot has happened since the last time I saw you.
Presto!
Have you been playing music at all?
I play music at a pub.
This is the site of Spinal Tap's reunion concert. Why New Orleans?
There was a cancellation.
Who was supposed to be there?
An evening with Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Obviously, there'll be the regular merch.
Yes.
And Hope has had a rather brilliant idea.
Tap water.
It says artisan.
It's just tap water.
It's tap water.
We're still short a drummer.
What happened to him?
He sneezed himself into oblivion.
Is that medically possible?
So you think he might fill the bill?
I don't want to die.
We've only lost 11 or 12. 11 drummers.
The thing that you guys had as kids, is that still there?
I'm in a band that constantly is breaking apart and coming back together. But the more we retreat into the music, the nicer things become. Not to be profound or anything, and it would be a first time for me.
Stonehenge is a magic place where the moon doth rise with a dragon's face. Stonehenge, we are Spinal Tap. We'll go back in time to that mystic land.
What we need to do is secure your legacy. If during the gig, at least one, but ideally no more than two of you were to die,
Would you settle for a coma?
Oh, no, that's interesting.
You know?
That's a great bit of thinking outside, well, the literal box, I suppose, actually.
Yes.
I love that the 2 is Stonehenge.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I love that too, and the proper sized one too, because it's got to be 11 inches, not 11 feet tall.
I was waiting for who was going to play here. I was waiting for it. It was a puppet show.
Well, I thought they were going to say Puff Daddy, but or P Diddy. But
I just like the fact that that the original Spinal Tap movie has become such a cultural icon that now real musicians, the real cultural musicians, like the Elton John and whoever that Beatle dude was, they I don't know, Paul McCartney, I think.
Yeah.
I thought you were just giving me shit, dude. I love Beatles, man. Oh
no, I have.
But that's not the real Paul
I know
McCartney. That was
Ringo.
the double. Yeah,
the real Paul McCartney died in '64.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ringo, and only because of Caveman with Ringo Starr.
Yes. That's the one we need a sequel to.
Yes.
Atuka Luna Landa. Yeah.
Yeah. Zug.
All right. Zug. The only English speaking person in that entire movie was the Asian caveman. That was great.
Yeah. I used to love that bit where they're all like, caca, poo poo, shit.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about this a little bit before because I told them about the Spinal Tap movie promo for San Diego. And we're kind of thinking it's the return of parody movies a little bit. We're getting Spaceballs 2 coming out. We just had Naked Gun come out, and it's getting great reviews already for.
I mean, if you look at it time period wise, when we got some of the great, spoof movies, Airplane, Kentucky Fried Movie, Caddyshack. I mean, all of those came out during the late 70s, early 80s. And if you actually go and look at what the whole situation was back then, much like now, we had just gotten out of a long, prolonged war. All right. there was a lot of cultural strife. There was a lot of, rioting and all kinds of stuff going on. And that's when those much needed movies that helped us as a society blow off some steam together. Those are needed.
a lot of Pulp Fiction type movies like Flash Gordon, Blues Brothers. I mean, to me, those are all
somewhat parody.
Yeah, somewhat parody, but still more of a pulp classic.
I think one of the problems we ran into is in the mid '90s is it went from, because what people don't understand is fart humor comedy like that. It takes a talent to deliver it right, to write it right. And so, like, by the time they're doing like Scary Movie 3, first two Scary Movies were fine. By the time they're doing 3, all they're doing is throw a fart joke in there, throw some titties in there, and throw something, somebody puking in over here. Put together, it's a movie. It's good enough.
Yeah, those were just money grabs.
And let Anna Faris carry it.
Yes, yeah. Like, all we need is one good actor, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. The black chick in there, loved her. She was always.
She was only in the first 2, I thought. Was she in the third one?
No, she was in many after that.
Was she?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was great. I mean, and that whole character she has is just hilarious.
Well, and with this return, I think it's Scary Movie 6 or 7 they're getting ready for. They're actually bringing the Wayans brothers back to do the movie. And I'm like, yeah, do that. Bring back a team that knows how to write movies like that. Because even like with Josh Gad doing Spaceballs and stuff, they got to bring in Mel Brooks. They got to bring in some people that know how to do that.
Well, the Wayans brothers are
in
awesome at sketch comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome.
like right now, like the thing that happened just last week that was huge all over the news was the new South Park.
Yes. Oh, that was so fun. Have you watched that one yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's so fun.
They just tear Trump down.
They tear everybody down, but they tear Trump down hard.
Yeah.
It is hilarious because literally they just inked a deal with Paramount.
Yes.
For 1.5, I want to say $1.5 billion deal for the next 5 years, exclusive streaming for Paramount.
And this is coming billion with a B. This is coming from the dudes that invented basketball.
Yes. I don't know. Basketball is a pretty good movie.
This is coming from Orgasmo.
Yes.
All right.
Orgasmo. Oh my God.
Go back to Cannibal the movie, man.
I love basketball. Basketball is one of my, one of my dark little favorite things.
Right up until the kiss at the end, and I'm not homophobic at all. I got no problem with that at all. But they dove in hard on that kiss at the end, enough to where you're like, okay, it's fine.
You know what,
guys,
though?
it's fine.
You know what, though? If I knew in 20 years it would be getting me signing a $5 billion contract, I'd be all tongue.
Yeah.
I don't care, man.
1.5. Let's not go
1.5 billion.
crazy.
Let's not get silly.
Yeah. No, but and that's the thing too, is because they have basically turned around and said, go ahead, try to cancel us. We will sue you.
They're trying to get sued, yeah.
And they went so hard on Trump and the little penis angle. And the thing is that they actually want Trump to try to sue them because
the advertisement.
Well, no, it's not that. Is if he tries to sue them for libel, that means it goes to court. That means there's the discovery period where he actually has to prove that his penis is not small.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Stormy Daniels already came out and made comments on it too, but
she probably said what they showed was still too big. Anyway,
all right, so we're running late. I am going to go through these trailers, list them off, let you guys decide because we got time for one or two more. I had sent The Long Walk from Stephen King, which has Mark Hamill in it. Tron
I remember
Ares.
reading that as a kid. That one was kind of messed up. I don't know how they make that into a movie.
I like Stephen King would bring Mark Hamill in a couple of movies like Cat's Eye and stuff, or it was Sleepwalkers and stuff like that. Back when Mark Hamill couldn't get much work, so I love it now that Mark Hamill is doing really well. Stephen King's still bringing him in because now Stephen King's got so much control on his movies now.
Yeah,
over the last couple of years, and he can bring people like Mark Hamill in. And I've watched some behind the scenes. Mark Hamill nails that fucking role.
Mark Hamill has been shit on by Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's one cool dude, man.
I sent in Tron Ares, which I'm a huge Tron fan.
I'm not so wild,
but I'm not as wild.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
the new
Toxic Avenger?
Peter Dinklage Toxic Avenger, because they officially announced it's all coming out theatrical at San Diego because they almost canceled the whole thing. The Mighty Nine, which is a Max Machina spinoff, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, Aztec Batman, Alien Earth final trailer.
That's going to be good.
I did send one Star Trek Con. That's just for you, Daryl. That's a podcast.
I've looked into it, and once again, it does that thing that I hate, where they have this whole IP, this whole intellectual property, and they're just going over the same stuff again and again. I mean, you have whole worlds, literally a galaxy full of stories that you can tell. You're just, everything's got to go back to the movies. Everybody's got to be somehow related to Kirk or to freaking Spock somehow.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid.
And I listened to a little of it, and honestly, hearing anybody that's not Ricardo Montalban voicing Khan is tough. I mean, even the new movies, it was tough because that actor made that character to me.
That's like trying to have somebody else play Rocky. I mean, not Rocky. Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen. All right. That's like having anybody else play any of the parts in The Princess Bride. I'm sorry.
Oh, that can never
burn
change.
The studio down.
Yeah. Here, I'll hit these other real quick. Star Trek Season 4, which I want to watch just because I want to ask you what the fuck's going on with that. And Gen V Season 2. Those are all the things I sent. Dustin had put, when he first moved to KC, they had basketball tournament, but haven't seen anything since. I would go play a basketball tournament. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be all right. But still not the best movie, John.
You know what else I would love to see two of? Blood of Heroes.
I would. I worry because we talked about it a couple months ago on here, and then like Kelly went and watched it and stuff. And I am scared to death it's going to be like some of those movies I love, like Escape from New York. And then I go back and watch it, and I'm like, not as good as I remember. So I'm a little worried about Bloody Hero being there.
You have to go into it's like the first time I ever saw Mystery Men. I heard such bad reviews on Mystery Men. I went in expecting a bad movie and was pleasantly surprised. When you go back and watch those, you have to realize that you are looking at those through the rose-colored glasses of whatever Halcyon days that you're gazing back to, and really it sucked. It's like trying to go back and watch any of the Incredible Hulk from the 70s.
Oh man,
to me the nostalgic, it still sucks, but there's that nostalgia to it that I'm okay with.
I still get the nostalgic, just like I do from Mad Max Road Warrior. The same thing for Escape from New York. I know it's a shitty movie. I know they didn't have shit on the budget, but it's fucking cool.
Well, and there's some that are shit movies. I mean, like people tell me all the time about how bad Flash Gordon is, but I love that movie. The feeling, everything, every little noise, the set design, everything. It just kind of, but I grew up with it. Right. And I can understand if you didn't grow up with it, it might not be your jam.
I hear they're going to be remaking Dragon Slayer.
They are. What's his name's going to play Dirk? It's
dude,
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds.
No way. Yep. That's going to be awesome because I mean that movie still holds its own. What
was that, Daryl?
Who's he going to play in Dragon Slayer?
Dirk, the hero.
Yeah.
No, not Dragon Slayer, the video game, not Dragon Slayer, the...
Oh, okay. I'm talking about Dragon Slayer, the movie.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one with the young kid.
Right.
Okay, no, they're making Dragon Slayer, the movie, off the video game with Ryan Reynolds. Okay. I haven't heard anything about Dragon Slayer.
The movie.
That's
what I've heard. That I can see. Okay, I can see him as Dirk in the video game, yes. I cannot see him as the young kid in Dragon Slayer.
I couldn't see them remaking.
I could see him in that, but that's right. I have heard that
he's almost getting old enough where he's going to be the wizard. Okay.
I can't see him remaking Dragon Slayer the live action because let's face it, the reason that movie was so good is because of the practical effects they had in that time.
Well, also it had a good story.
It had a good story, yes.
Yeah.
But you take nowadays they're going to CGI all that stuff. They're going to pull those practical effects out. Speaking of which, our cousin Ann has
a scale from only I know, dude.
Because she was in the movie, working on production of the movie. But I told you start every conversation out that way. I have a scale from "Hi, my name's Ann." That's
John, get your knee away from the table. You're shaking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm shaking the table. So but man, I think if you pull those practical effects out, you're going to end up with something that looks more like Dragonheart. And today's audiences will go, okay, it's a dragon. We see those all the time. I watch Game of Thrones. I don't know that they'll be able to do that movie justice today.
I
That's
think
one of the
if they
things.
do it
They
like
need
they did
to.
then, how they had the dragon do its attacks where you just would see a claw or the head or a shadow, and just parts of the dragon at a time until the end when they do the big reveal.
And I get it. That's always been
in the cave of fire with all the liquid fire. Oh man, that was so great.
See, that kind of stuff's always been good in like Jaws and Blind Justice and shit when they do that split second, that kind of stuff. But in this, I think part of what made that anticipation is because all of us back then, we hadn't seen dragons that good yet.
Yeah.
So when you see it, then it's like, wow, if they do that now, and then all of a sudden we get a big CGI dragon at the end, it'll be like, I don't know why
everybody will say, hey, that's where Game of Thrones got the idea for cool dragons.
They might.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will, though. I don't know. I feel like that might be a wasted effort, but
I would love to see it.
Real quick, I want to, go ahead. What'd you have?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, go ahead.
I was going to say, I would much prefer to see Ryan Reynolds as Dirk than in the Dragon Slayer live action movie.
No.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to see Ryan Reynolds in a live action Dragon Slayer. He would add too much comedy to a movie that shouldn't.
Yeah, that the comedy in that movie is there, but it's very slight.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Well done. It's very little.
So Kristen talking about Rocky Horror put, I mean, Anthony Stewart Head as Frankenfurter, he did it on stage. A number of people have done it on stage, and like I used to go perform Shadowcast. I met some Frankenfurters, including Captain Curry in our group, who did a great Frankenfurter.
Anthony Stewart Head, wasn't he Giles on Buffy?
I think so. I think that's the same guy, and he can sing, man.
He's
more importantly, he went,
He's a little old for it now.
To me, it wasn't that he was Giles on Buffy. To me, he was Repo Man. That's the best part he ever played, Repo. The genetic opera.
The amount of my life that I've spent around my wife with her playing Buffy in the background, he will always be Giles for me.
I get that. And, you know, Laverne Cox did fine. Even, I can't remember, dude, in Shock Treatment playing Brad, or playing their version of Frankenfurter. It was creepy and stuff, but Tim Curry has a certain, even like when you see the devil in the Ryan Reynolds dating commercials, the devil from Legend, as good as he looks, he's not Tim Curry. That. Yeah.
All right. I was just going to say the devil from Legend. All right. I still remember as a kid watching that going, where do I know him? Where do I know? And then the smile. And he smirked and I'm like, it's Tim Curry.
With me, it's the, I can't do it, but that deep little guttural laugh he'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Meg put, my drama teacher had the class watch Flash Gordon for costumes. Rightfully so. They went overboard. I could sit here for an hour and talk to you about costumes of that movie.
On some of them, they went straight Gone with the Wind, and you could tell that they just used some drapes and put that over them and had them come out.
Yeah.
Some of them were kind of got the Art Deco look to them.
That movie, the sets, the costumes got redesigned multiple times. They had so much production hell. And to me, what saved it, two things saved that movie. One is the set design costumes. The other is Max von Sydow, who played Ming.
Those,
well, costume and set design to me,
Queen.
Well, Queen, yes, 10,000%. Because that was almost Pink Floyd. They were going for Pink Floyd.
And Hot Minute Dive.
And then they come to De La Rentes and say, you know, hey, no, it was Mike Hodges, I think, that was going to, and he goes, he wanted Pink Floyd. And so they play Queen for him. He had never heard of Queen, didn't know who the fuck they were, heard like 2 songs and went, give me the Queens. Because that's just who he thought they were. So go ahead, didn't know it was like one of the biggest bands in existence at the time. He's like, okay, whoever this is you're trying to promote, just get me them. And yeah.
I'm old enough that I can recall as a child the very first song that I ever knew that was a big, you know, it was a hit song and it was hit at the time and it made it into my consciousness as a child, was Another One Bites the Dust. When it first came out and first hit really big, I still remember that. I was like, cripes, I don't know, 6, 7. And that just drilled it into my brain.
I was going to say probably around then, because I remember I was watching WWF Wrestling. Junkyard Dog came out. That's where I learned that song. Was Another One Bites the Dust from Junkyard Dog. Kristen did say I could also see Alan Cummings. And God, as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, a younger Alan Cummings could have easily played Frankenfurter, I think. Yeah. Anyhow,
Correction, I was 9.
Alan Cummings, the dude that was in
he played
Plunkett and McLean, right?
Plunkett and McLean, yeah.
Right.
Matter of fact, Alan Cummings from Plunkett and McLean, that
he was
sassy,
so cool.
him playing that version of him playing Frankenfurter, I could see.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
And he's coming back as Nightcrawler for the new Avengers too. So.
Awesome. He'll make a good
I loved him in Spy Kids 2. I think, no, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
It was Steve Buscemi in Spy Kids 2.
No. Alan Cummings was in Spy Kids 2 or 3 where he had 2, because he had the big thumb.
Yeah, he was the thumb dude. No,
that
but
was Alan
then,
Cummings.
I think it was either 2 or 3 was Steve Buscemi, and he said one of the most poignant things I've ever heard in a kid's movie when he said, do you think the reason that God stays up in heaven is that he too is afraid of what he has created? And I was like, damn, this is a kid's movie, dude.
Dustin, Alan Cummings, the Winnie the Pooh guy, no, that's oh God, my mind's going like, I even subscribed to his podcast. He's got his own podcast where he just interviews voice actors. That is, last name's Cummings. His first name is, somebody in chat help me out there, damn it.
Where's Roberto?
I've interviewed him before, damn it. Yeah,
Jim.
where's Roberto? Jim Cummings, who is prolific voice actor. He is amazing. Matter of fact, Jim Cummings, the guy, I can't think of it now, the guy that voiced Grimlock of the Dinobots, I did an interview with him, and he told me a bunch of Jim Cummings stories, like behind the scenes sometime. If anybody's interested, ask me. It's not stuff I'll share on here. Say it because I did that interview and I had to edit shit out of it because he's talking about some of the behind the scenes stuff of people partying in the recording room and stuff. So
Greg Berger.
Greg Berger.
Hey,
I just pulled up Grimlock voice actor.
Berger, I think that might be right. That sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been quite a few years now since
we have been shooting squirrels and shiny things. And not
Dustin,
about,
we have gone off ad nauseum trying to figure out who in what movies the different Muppets would play. And damn it, I'm still mad that really the only choices we have for female Muppets to put in different parts is either Miss Piggy or Janice. We need more female Muppets that actually have fleshed out personalities, so we can.
That's what I was going to say, because
movies.
They have female ones out there, but that's what having that fleshed out personality, I think, is the good. And don't give us and bring us some of the old ones, and like Rizzo's woman, I can't remember her name or something. Don't give us like this fucking pig, the new pig Kermit was dating on the Muppets.
I never watched that series.
It was so rough. It was so bad. And I hated that character.
Back to the Muppets and Tim Curry, Treasure Island is still one of my favorite movies, dude.
I read this really interesting take on the reason that he and, who is the actor who did Scrooge in the Muppet Scrooge?
Michael Caine.
The reason that Tim Curry and Michael Caine did such wonderful Muppet movies is Michael Caine treated the Muppets like fellow actors.
Yes.
And Tim Curry treated himself like a fellow Muppet.
Awesome.
I've seen that where most actors that go in and treat them as if the Muppets are the people, not the actor behind the Muppet, but treat the Muppet and like they're legit actors, always do better.
Kristen, I don't think it's Cordelia the hen. I think it's Carmela, or say it's Carm.
I think that's right. Yep. I think that's right.
Like Kristen played Nightcrawler in the original 3. Okay, so we're talking about Alan Cummings. What was Cordelia the hen? I don't know what that is.
On
Carmela is Gonzo's girlfriend.
Oh yes. That's Camilla.
Yeah,
the chicken. Yeah. So
and don't get me wrong,
Gonzo's girl.
She is a female. All right, but I wouldn't really consider her with a fleshed out personality.
Yeah.
And I think they're all Carmelas to Gonzo. He'll fuck them all. Yeah, because all of them look the same.
No,
yeah, she's kind of a bird brain, so
they've tried to give Rizzo's shit just somewhere around here. I literally have a book that has every Muppet ever created in it. I could look it up, but
we'll never get trailers.
We're 16 minutes past the end of the episode because one thing I want to watch before we stop, though, is just that 15-second season 4 Star Trek.
Yolanda.
Yolanda sounds right. That sounds right.
I just looked it up. That's his name of his rat.
Okay.
All right, season 4. I got
Because
you
I want
right
you to tell
here.
me, as long as we're talking Muppets anyway, you can tell me what the hell's going on with this trailer.
Here we go.
Is that Pike?
Hit it.
You heard me say hit it, right? Spock? Anyone? Did you go to season 4 without me?
Which is interesting considering the fact that they have just started season 3.
Oh, really?
I'll bet that they're going to do a Muppets episode, just like they did.
Like they go to another dimension where everybody's Muppets or something.
And they did a cartoon crossover with Lower Decks on season 2, I think.
I just wonder. I mean, I could see a puppet episode. Muppets are owned by Disney.
Well, maybe a puppet episode did, but
yeah, apparently it's an announcement that Strange New Worlds will feature an all puppet episode in the upcoming 4th season.
There you go, Tim.
Yeah.
I figured out
because they like doing those weird episodes like that. Like the cartoon crossover with Lower Decks was really good.
Yeah.
That is, that's something that's needed with the Star Trek, because Star Trek, they started off, extremely episodic, with the alien of the week kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
And then they started getting into story arcs, and then they got into the story arcs way too hard with like Discovery and stuff like that, where if you had not seen everything prior, you could not enjoy an episode.
That's the thing that pulled me out of Stargate. That.
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds, I think, is my favorite Star Trek series.
Yeah, and now with Strange New Worlds, they're kind of bringing it back where there's still the story arc, but it's more episodic. And I still have some issues with Strange New Worlds. I didn't like that, even in season 3 here, they started off the second episode. Once again, it was all about the relationship between Spock and Nurse Chapel.
Yeah.
I'm like, let it the frick go.
Spock, I mean, in reality Star Trek, Spock's supposed to be in love with Vulcan. At this point,
he's betrothed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're messing that up.
Yeah.
So since there were 3 to 4 trailers, depending on what all you count as a trailer from Star Trek stuff, if I were to start watching Star Trek right now, of course I grew up OG, all that. The
Strange
series,
New Worlds.
What series should I watch now?
Strange New Worlds.
Okay. Definitely Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks.
Lower Decks, I'm already watching. So
Lower Decks is really good.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, I'm on that Jack Quaid bandwagon too. So,
the only problem is that Strange New Worlds starts out referencing something that happened in Discovery, but it's you don't need to have watched Discovery to have seen that.
Well, and do you remember the pilot with Pike, where Pike's in his wheelchair thing, and there's the aliens with the big heads? Yeah, that's the captain in Strange New Worlds. That's how he dies. That's his his ending.
Oh, he doesn't die.
Yeah, he doesn't die, does he? He goes to that planet and they take care of him for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
and make it get into his brain.
They give him the illusion. Okay, this was the original trailer. All right. I mean, not the original. This is the original pilot episode of the original series. Oh my God, you got me up on my soapbox. Okay, on the original pilot episode of the original series, it didn't start off with Kirk. The original episode
it started with Pike.
Started with Pike. And Spock had to go. He was wasn't he getting a court martial or something?
No. All right, the original one.
Was that a look of "Shut up, Tim"? I'm about to tell the story. I could take a hint.
I'm waiting politely. I'm waiting politely. I'm
leaning close to the edge of the screen.
But
I love you, Daryl. I do.
I know. That's what my wife says too. Anyway,
so tell me more about Pipe. Okay.
But anyways, no. So the original one, they had shot the pilot, all right, which was that what you saw them going back to on that court martial, where they were going back and watching the old, this was what happened in the historical records, what happened then. But that was actually them taking that trailer, chopping it up, and using it as filler for the first episode. So you have the pilot, which was the one that they shot with Pike. Then they have the second pilot, which was the one called The Cage, which had Kirk in it, and they were referencing back to that first pilot. And then you had, the normal run. There's actually 3 different Enterprise ships. There's the first pilot, second pilot, and then the run ship. But anyways, yeah, no, I do not suggest to people, especially nowadays people, I do not suggest that they watch the original TOS Star Trek to begin with, because things fall down. So it's very 60s. The pacing is something that the new people just can't get behind.
It's still a good story though.
It's and that's one thing I tell people is the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. All right, Star Wars is
a better story. That's the difference.
No, it's better action. Star Wars is samurai movies with laser swords, and Star Trek is Greek, parables, all right, and Greek morality tales told with phasers.
I'll give you that. To get it wet.
Yeah.
Nerds, Kenneth, you joined us. All right, it's all your fault.
Sure enough,
Kristen had said that Buffy did a singing episode, and you know what? So did Star Trek. I
think everybody did a singing episode back in the day, man. It felt like.
No, I think Buffy started it.
I think they were one of the first, but there for a while.
Buffy really set the ground, and then I think after that, Scrubs came in and did a musical episode, and that really kicked it off.
Strange New Worlds did one. Strange New Worlds did one. I thought I was going to hate it. I liked it.
I don't understand why people were given shade at the Klingons being forced to do K-pop music and hating.
I saw trailers or YouTube's on that.
Yeah, that was wonderful. I mean, it was just a short little thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, I can't believe they did it. I was like, what else would they have done? Maybe a little Ozzy. That was but no, K-pop, perfect.
A little heavy metal or something I could see, but yeah.
No, but I agree with Daryl on that. Do exactly what they don't expect you to do. All
right, we should probably tie this up. We got a bunch of trailers we could watch. Next week we're going to be at the Burrow. So anybody who wants to come watch us live, come join us at the Burrow. We're going to probably try to get up there early enough, do a little walkthrough to show everybody the remodeling that they did. We didn't go 2 weeks ago or whatever because they were doing the remodeling.
And like I said, Jessica and I went this last Saturday and took a look, and the way that they have opened it up and the way it looks is so they've got a lot more space up front. They're going to be able to put out a lot more product for people to be able to fulfill their geeky needs with. And at the same time, they were still able to keep the same number of back rooms. I mean, it's a little shifted around now, but they still have 1, 2, 3, or 4 rooms that people can check out for gaming or to have a podcast.
Yeah. So next week we will be there. Come catch us there. As far as shows coming up here, we, like I said, we've taken a break until here in like 3-4 weeks. We're going to be in Hannibal, Missouri at the Big River Steampunk Festival. It's going to be a big 4-day show for us.
I hope it cools down.
I didn't bring my entire list of stuff, but as far as new stuff going on for us, on top of stuff we've been advertising, we have added and just started advertising it September 15th, the Scallywags and Say What Improv. We're going to be doing a show together for Say What Improv's 25th anniversary at the Wave here in Wichita. In
the Wave?
Yes.
That is a large venue.
Yeah.
It's a little intimidating, but I mean, we're badasses. You should come along.
I'm also a little nervous. It's been a while since we've had the WAGs have gone and done. We've done improv, but since we've gone and done like a specific improv show, it's been years.
Make sure that you're mic'd. They need to have somebody professional mic you.
Yeah. They're getting it all set up pretty, I think so. And we're going to go do a rehearsal with them sometime.
He's avoiding the question,
Well, I didn't hear. I'm sorry. What?
You should come.
He's trying to get you to get on stage and do improv.
Come on, brother. It'll be fun. You know it.
I know it, and that's the worry, is that I'll get that little taste of it again, and I'll be like the addict going back in and diving down and snorting hard.
I need a fix real bad. Come on, man. It's in town. You don't got to travel.
I'm not going to travel? I can show up in my Harley, dude.
Yeah.
Also, September 20th, then, which, as long as I don't even know that you know this yet, Topeka's asked us to come back up and do another show September 20th. So I was talking to her last night. We're going to get that all taken care of this week. And then, of course, right after that, the weekend after that will be Great Plains Ren Fair, and we'll be, then weekend after that will be Riversance, and just it'll be pretty much nonstop for a little while. Wave just inside part 1, I assume, or part
I assume.
Oh, inside part. I'm gonna guess. Dan Gray that does the improv show. He's taking it all up, and he just said, "Well, who do we want for the 25th anniversary?" And they said we'd like to do it with the WAG. So he got a hold of me, asked the guys. We said yes, and I trust Dan 100% to take care of it all. So that's kind of where we are. He's a good performer. He knows what he's doing. I haven't asked a lot of questions. So we and I will say what they are, very giving improv performers for anybody who ever. So that even takes some of the nervousness out, because they know that if any one of us is struggling with the part, they can pick it up. They don't need us there to do a good show. We just add to the show. So even though the people aren't wanting to come see us, come see them. They're great fun.
Yeah.
They are.
So, yeah. So having that said, I know there's probably something else I was going to say, but the big thing's Burroughs next week, and we'll go from there. So
yeah, so I was just looking at the weather because I noticed the temperature outside dropped from 95 to 77. So I'm guessing the storms are rolling in.
They've already rolled in here. It's kind of stopped.
I will say, for those watching the video version of this, a minute ago when I leaned off screen, I spilled a full glass of tea right on top of all over it. Covered it. No, it's good. I got a little on the edge here, but I think I'm good. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, at least the autograph didn't get.
Yeah, the autograph part is
you
totally
can make
fine.
the other part again.
Yeah, I could redo the other part if I needed to. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, like I was talking last week, the one I had of Kuntz, it was on the front porch, soaking wet, and they had wrapped it in 3 different packages, kept it perfectly dry. So
that was good.
No complaints. But
all right, so everybody, we will see you next week. Either look for us online or join us at the Burrow.
Sounds good. Yes. And then I think after that, sometime later in the month, I'm trying to get Tammy from Big River Steampunk in to talk about that festival coming up, because they're going to have a bunch of stuff. We got Roscoe and Rose Red from here in Wichita. They're going to be joining us for the first time there this year. Of course, Darwin Mills, all that. So we'll either get Darwin or Tammy or somebody on here talking about Big River coming up. So.
Most excellent.
Night.
All right. Ciao.
Hugs and kisses.